one other witness that said that they thought they were racing. One of the speedometers on the cars is stuck at 95 miles an hour.
Elizabeth Barrett is a year and 5 months old. She looks and acts like most babies her age, but Elizabeth is different.
She can read sentences, she can read more words than we can count.
Katie Barrett, a speech pathologist, is married to Michael, another speech pathologist, and they say most people don't believe their infant is a reader.
The joke is that, since we've only seen children that have language problems, we think anybody with normal skills is a genius. But as time has gone on, it's just, it's harder to deny that she's really exceptional.
The Barretts have been reading to Elizabeth since she was born. Now she reads along.
Oh, little bear
Hopped again.
hopped again and again.
Even memorizing the story at this young age would be a challenge. But the Barretts noticed Elizabeth was reading more than just words in a favorite book.
Bear.
Bear.
During playtime, Katie writes a word on paper, and Elizabeth figures it out.
What does that say?
Excited.
Excited, and she's trying to sign excited.
Tap your middle finger on your chin. Favorite.
Katie is convinced that sign language helped launch her daughter's reading skills, partly by watching shows like Signing Times on public television. But we still weren't convinced, so I wrote down the word ball.
Okay, Elizabeth, let's see. What is this word?
Ball.
Karen wrote ball.
Wow,
I did write ball.
My cameraman wanted to try, so Brandon wrote down banana.
One more.
Banana.
That's a banana.
Are you impressed, Brandon?
I'm very impressed.
From then on, we played Stump the Baby. I picked up a magazine and pointed to 3 words, and she said,
How to eat.
how to eat. Oh my goodness. What's that word?
Honey.
Family.
Family.
Wow. Can you read that one?
Good.
Good. Can you read this?
Nick.
Night. Oh my goodness. It was obvious. Elizabeth talks like she's 1, but she reads like she's 7. So what does her doctor think?
Avocado? At 14 months, being able to sight read avocado, I was floored.
But rather than impress the doctor, the Barretts say they were just hoping he would rule out any condition like autism.
Kissy.
No, she does not appear to be autistic at all, but it looks like the child is going to be completely normal and likely will be indeed a great resource for humanity, being as smart as she is.
Elizabeth read all these words, and even when she was getting tired, she read the last line.
Beetle.
The Barretts tell me it's not bragging rights,
Baby.
but a call for help that motivates them to put Elizabeth on TV.
We'd love to have access to maybe some professionals that could help us, know what to do next for her.
In the meantime, it's a game to chase down Elizabeth and challenge her skills. What is it?
Tonight show.
Tonight Show.
It's the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, featuring
Which is where you may see Elizabeth the next time she's on TV.
It's not something you typically hear at a gin. Employees' voices and the sound of tools. But on this day, Associated Cotton Growers Gin in Crosbyton is taking a break to make repairs.
We ginned 60,000 bales thus far, and we're shutting down. We're working on our press.
General Manager Heath Burleson says they're usually done ginning by the beginning of January. But with nearly double the amount of cotton modules expected to come in, Burleson says they're far from done. When this gin gets back up and running, module 5,767 is going to begin the process of becoming socks and underwear. Now last year, 4,000 of these modules moved through that process, and this year, 6,500 more are still in waiting.
Typically, it's about 3.5 to 4 months a year is all that a gin is running, and you repair for the next year. But this year we're going to be running 6-7 months. because there's so much cotton.
Not to mention the quality of it. Jay Yates, a farm financialist for the Texas AgriLife Extension Service, says this is the best price they've ever received.
We're looking at a price translated somewhere in 58 to 60 cents a pound, which would translate on 5.3 million bales, about $1.5 billion.
Billions of dollars, which means months of work still ahead for those like Burleson and other ginners.
We're not even through harvesting. There's still people stripping cotton.
Julia Bruck, News Channel 11. Karen, today the community here at Floydada High School is mourning the loss of two of their own. Tanner Sue was a senior here at Floydada High School and Dylan Thomas a freshman. But just 11 miles away, the community of Lockney is also sharing their pain. It's a call no one wants to receive.
It's a very tragic accident.
Just lost my breath when I heard about it.
I couldn't believe it at first, you know, it just felt like a replay of what had happened back in the past.
But members of Floydada High School's class of 2008 are no strangers to facing tragedy.
We lost a very, very close friend, Cade Miller, and you know, and this year we lost Tanner, which was another very, very good friend.
Freshman Dylan Thomas was riding in this Chevy Avalanche early Sunday morning. He also died here at the scene.
He was just an awesome guy, and just to lose him like that on a car accident, how it happened.
But it's not just the Floydada community that's feeling a loss. In total, 5 students were riding in the Avalanche. 3 from Floydada High School and 2 from Lockney High School.
Our kids were so close in proximity that our kids run together. They date, they interdate.
It was after prom in Lockney, and everybody went to a party. And I guess they were drinking or something.
The Floydada District Attorney says the driver, Nolan Armstrong, may have been a designated driver, but authorities are still investigating. However, no matter the outcome, there are still 2 empty seats left behind at Floydada High School.
You know, we all understand what happened, and you know, just the only one thing you can do is just live. That's it. Just enjoy the moment you had with them and keep loving them and always remember them.
Tanner Sue's funeral will be held Wednesday morning here in Floydada at 10 a.m. at the First Baptist Church. That will be followed by Dylan Thomas's funeral at 3 p.m. In Floydada, Julia Bruck, News Channel 11. Karen, back to you.